Que la hay, mi gente? Rico.toro. So I'm going to talk to you about pesos. I'm going to give you a peso education like you never heard before. How to talk pesos when buying shit. You know, 2,000, 2,500, 1,000, 1,500, 150. Yeah. Stay tuned. You will learn something, I promise you. So let's get to it. You just arrived in town. Got to change those US dollars for pesos. It can't be said enough. Stop buying shit or services in US dollars. Just don't do it. So, best thing to do always, like most say, if you're coming to Sosua, come into Sosua and either stop at Caribbean Express or one or two change places over there near Altice. You know, there's a good change guy that will come to you if you call him. You know, or ask a fellow traveler where, you know, to get the best exchange rate, and you know you want to be close to what it's advertised as. So right now it's like 57.7, 57.6. It went up to 58, but then it kind of came down just a few points. So anyways, let's get right into it. So, you know, we start at 50 and go up to 2,000 pesos. So 50 pesos, it's the purplish looking one. And we're going to estimate up a little bit, or whatever. It's worth just over $1, like $1.15 right now. So that's your 50 pesos. 50. I'm gonna get out your notebook, get out your Google Translator as we go or after the fact. Watch it through. Learn how to say these peso amounts in Spanish. It's very helpful for many things, because I used to confuse some of them early on, and it ended up costing me more money because they wouldn't correct me. They would just figure it was my mistake, and they would take the difference sometimes. Not always. Some people would, you know, if I overpaid, give me something back. But anyway, so 50, 100 pesos. It's the orangest looking one. And this one, 100 pesos, worth, I guess you'd say it's about, a little less than $2. A little less than $2, basically, is what it really is. All right. So then we have the 500. 100 is 100. 500. 500. 500. To my point that I was just making, several years ago when I would hear 500, I could never process that in my mind. I thought that meant 1,500 or 1,500. And there might have been a taxi or two that got over on me because I heard 500 and gave them 15, because it took me so long to process the understanding of that. They don't always say 500. If they don't speak any English or very little, they might not tell you 500. You know, they might say, they're going to just say 500. That's my point. So it's the green one, 500. All right. And shit, Rico. Rewind. 200. 200. It's this reddish one. And also very close to the color of the 1,000. To me, the 100, the 200, and the 1,000 at nighttime in the dark, even before I had e-vision issues, would confuse me at times. I'm going to tell you the subtle differences besides the extra zero from the 1,000 to 100, or the 2 instead of the 1s. For the 200, I'm going to tell you the subtle differences in a minute. So we have the 200. And then I just explained the 500, the 500. So 50, 100, 200, 500. 1,000, 1,000. It's red, it's got buildings on it. 1,000 pesos. 1,000. 1,000. Not million, like million, but mil. 1,000. 1,000. And then the big boy, the Benjamin equivalent of a peso, 2,000. 2,000 pesos, the bluish looking one. At night, that could also be confused a little bit with the 500 if you don't look closely, in my opinion, depending on the lighting or in the dark. So 2,000 or 2,000, that's worth like $36, $37 is what it equates to now. All right. So just the subtle differences, you know, some of these subtle differences I didn't catch on till recently. Like, for instance, the 1,000 and the 100. Yeah, if I look at them in bright light or daytime, I obviously see the difference. You know, one is red, one is orange. I can see the extra zero on the 1,000. But at nighttime, I couldn't always. But here's the most distinctive difference to me. The 1,000, or 1,000, has buildings on it, on both sides. The 100 has people, has faces on both sides. So, and then the 200 also has people. It's red and has people on it. So it's closer to the 1,000 in the reddish color, but people, buildings, people, 200. Buildings, 1,000, 1,000. So, you're out shopping and, you know, you save yourself a lot of money if somebody comes at you in English or comes to you like an idiot and they're like, you know, the cost is, you know, $60. And you're like, no. 2,500. 2,500. Dos, D-O-S, 1,500. Or, you know, if they're shrewd, they'll say, no. 3,000, or like I say, they said 60, so it'll be closer to that. You know, I was lowball when I said 2,500. We'll say 3,000. Don't talk to me $60 US. I don't want to talk dollars. You know, pesos. Peso world, Dominican Republic. All right? So, or anything else, so 1,500. Mainly those are the main things you're just going to be saying, like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Hopefully not much more than that for anything. You know, 1,000, 2,000. Or something 500, 1,500. 2,500. 3,500. 3,500. So learn that 500 and learn the 1, 2, 3, 4 mil. 1, 2, 3, 4 mil. So another simple thing, not just the high-end stuff, but buying a plate of food. You know, some of the street chicken vendors and stuff, you know, for a plate of beans, rice, and chicken, they'll be like, you know, you'll pay like $2.50 one day, and then you'll see a Dominican come right up and hand him $1.50, and he's good. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. It happened to me once or twice, but then the next time I went, I was behind the Dominican, and I didn't tell him what I wanted. Well, I told him what I wanted, but I'm like, dame 150 plato. Dame 150 plato. Give me the plate that's 150 pesos. Maybe they gave me one less piece of chicken than they gave the Dominican guy. Maybe, who knows? Maybe the piece of chicken was smaller than they gave the Dominican guy, or a little bit less rice. Who knows? But I can guarantee you by paying that 250 pesos, I wasn't getting more food than the Dominican guy. So, like I say, it's I think it's invaluable to know how to speak pesos, to know the pesos, the value of pesos, and understand the pesos, but also to be able to speak the pesos. So hope y'all enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, email and cash app in the description as always. Donations not expected, more than welcome. Thanks again for all the love, y'all. Stay blessed.